Well, here at Mosley Elementary, we have the dual language program, the 2A, and it runs from pre-K through 5th grade. And our district basically follows the Gomez and Gomez dual language program. And that is where the students, learn English and Spanish in certain subjects. And what's great about the dual language program is that the students graduate from the program being bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural. And what's wonderful about it is that the teachers are integrating the content and the literacy instruction and using strategies to support the comprehension in the instruction.
When you're biliterate, you know how to read and write in Spanish and English, not only socially, but academically at a higher level. So you're able to talk about higher content, whether it's science or social studies or reading. You're academically prepared. Not only are you academically prepared once you graduate high school, now you become more marketable to your next job. You're bilingual, you're biliterate, you're able to read and write and have that conversation from one company to another. And versus bilingual is I can talk to you and I can hold a conversation about where we're gonna go out tonight, but if I wanna have that professional discussion, I might struggle because I don't know how to find those academic high words. And it can also transfer if you want to write something, and I can write it if I learn it. If I didn't learn how to write in Spanish, it's, there's rules, just like in English, your grammar rules. But if I learn that at an early age, I become biliterate, where I'm able to write and read in both languages.
Well, we basically teach English and the content. We do it through math, and we go 50-50. So that means that for language arts, we basically go back and forth. So we make sure that they get half of the instruction in English and half in Spanish. And we basically are teaching 1 week in English for writing, and then that we will be teaching reading in Spanish, and then we go and switch all in the same day.
I think it works so well because they get a chance to expand on the vocabulary and their language that they already have at home.
Last year I taught one-way dual language where I had all my students that were Spanish dominant, and this year is my first time doing the two-way where I have Spanish dominant students and English dominant students. So we've been doing the program and we try to do it with fidelity as much as we can. What we've noticed is that the English dominant students, even though they learn the science content in Spanish, they are still scoring well when they take the test in English. So the strategies that we've been doing in the classroom, they're working well because we see the outcome that they've been doing. So it takes a lot of trust with their bilingual partner, a lot of trust from me, the way that I've been doing it with the vocabulary, with the content boards, their daily products, and we're seeing results. We're trusting the program.
That they also have not only me to help them out, to learn that English language, they also have their partner that will help them out throughout the day.
It was actually pretty challenging to see our native English speakers go into the classroom and be expected to be at a 3rd grade level, reading level. But with shelter instruction and the bilingual pairs and giving them those stems for them to discuss and be involved in the academic vocabulary discussions, it actually really does help them grow. Not only academically, but also to be biliterate. And the kids want to do it. They're very engaged with it, and they actually cheer them on. If they are very supported and they're in a safe environment, then the native English kids, they start speaking Spanish, and they're just filled of pride. And so, and there's no, for example, there's no feel they're making a mistake, but their peers, their bilingual pair, actually encourages them to be better and to correct themselves. The teacher actually is harder also on the teacher because it's very easy to be oh, here, let me explain it to you. But when you stick to the language and you provide those visuals, those words, those stems, those opportunities for them to be successful, then the kids are successful and they want to be, and they get really prideful of their work when they see that they're able to write in both languages. And along with our native Spanish speakers, they love that support, and you can see that there is a big buy-in with the students.
They're not afraid to switch from one language to the other. In the past, they will hesitate. They would rather work on the native language, and when they come from third grade and the grades below, I can see how the language has developed in both languages. They're more biliterate, and so it helps them to continue moving through the lessons as well. Me as a teacher, since we teach so much content, we don't have to make stops and translate as we used to do in the past.
And so when students graduate from 5th grade, they go on to middle school where basically the dual language program, ends. Last year, Grand Prairie ISD has designated Travis World Language Academy to continue the dual language program to go all the way up to 8th grade. So this year they have it up into 7th grade, and next year it'll be 8th grade. So parents, if they're interested in continuing this program for their child, then they could go ahead and enroll their child at Travis World Language Academy.